We have to bring you back to your time on Strictly, because that really is a life-changing moment.
Yeah.
Right? Like, everyone knows you.
Yeah, it's 10 years ago now that, well, this year Strictly, it will be 10 years since I sort of debuted on the show. And I sort of was trying to get on the show for a while. I got rejected twice before I got on the show, actually. And then, yeah, when I finally got on, it just sort of changed everything for me.
From that point of view, is it that, because we've got our version here and, you know, we chat to some of the dancers, is it that competitive from that side of the thing? Because it does change things for professional dancers.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it is competitive.
It is, yeah.
Everyone really wants to do well on the show. And also there's only so many places on the show for professional dancers, so there's a lot of people want to be a part of it, so yeah.
But then when you joined, you did so well. Like, you got, how many times did you get to the final? You won it, obviously, with Stacey, but you got to the final year after year.
Yeah, 5 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's incredible.
It was, so the first 4 years that I was on the show, came runner-up, basically for 4 years running. And on the 4th year, I thought, surely, like, if it doesn't happen this year, it's never going to happen. And my sister won on that year, and I was like, you've got to be kidding me. But then a couple of years later, finally won with.
So you had to marry the one you won with, was that it? Was that kind of like it could have been 1 of 5, it ended up being Stacey?
Well, because you actually did put up a tweet that she put up when you started on the show, going, look at the hot new guy on Strictly.
So this is the thing that we always talk about in our house, because like this tweet was found that the year that I joined Strictly, 2013, Stacey tweeted, "Oh my God, that
the new guy! Look at this! I like you, the hot new guy."
Never let her forget it. But the truth is, there were 2 new guys that joined Strictly that year. There was me and Aliash. And she assures me that it was Aliash she was tweeting about, but I'm not having it.
The time on the show, obviously, you know, it's a show and it's clouded in controversy over the curse of Strictly and the people who have broken up and all that kind of stuff. And it's a thing that's happened, it's what it is. But also, it does bring so much joy. And Len Goodman passed away recently. Yeah. And he was, you know, every time you didn't want someone to get a 10 from Len, you wanted a 7.
Yeah.
What was he like?
Yeah, Len was such a good egg, and he used to judge me in competitions, like when I was a kid, like before I was ever on Strictly. So I sort of knew of him. And I spoke to him the first day that I joined in 2013. I spoke to him and I was all nervous. It was like my first time on TV, and I said, look, have you got any advice for me?
Yeah.
And he said to me, you know what? This is the biggest opportunity that's ever happened for ballroom dancing. He said, what my advice for you is just don't ever get too big for your boots. Just enjoy it for what it is, because without this, we're all just a bunch of ballroom dancers trying to make our way in life. So just enjoy it and don't think that you're some kind of superstar or whatever, and just don't take it for granted. So I sort of always tried to keep that with me. Yeah.
I mean, dancing has always been in your life. Like, that's what you've always wanted to do. For me, because you look back at, like, you think of Billy Elliot, and I just think that's you, because you're starting out where your mates were going to play football. Yeah. You were going to rehearse. You were going to dance school.
Yeah.
After school.
My mates could never really understand what it was that I was doing. Like, you know, they're going to footy or whatever, and I wanted to be going to footy, but I couldn't because I'd practice, and then I'd be turning up on a Monday morning. Like, I'd have done a competition on the Sunday, and I'd turn up on the Monday for school, like with like fake tan up to my neck, but with a white face and like an orange neck, and they'd be like, "What is wrong with you?
What is happening?"
And I'd be going, "No, I do ballroom dancing." Like, what are you talking about? You're doing ballroom dancing. But now, like, since Strictly, Dancing with the Stars, all of that, now it's all people want to talk about.
Because you're now, like, you've done Broadway, the West End, you've done so much. You're currently in the Borgosh Energy Theatre. Strictly Ballroom, Baz Luhrmann's epic movie. And you're the star.
Yeah.
Tell us about it.
So, Strictly Ballroom, the movie came out, I think it was 1992, so I'd have been about 10 years old. And, like I say, no one really understood what I was doing. And then this movie came out and everyone loved it. And I was like, this is it, this is me. And I sort of... The lead character, Scott Hastings, I idolised him. He was this sort of cool rebel on the dance floor that did his own thing and went his own way, and I just wanted to be just like him. He was this hero to me. And I said to my mum and dad, I said, you know what, one day this is going to be a musical. They're going to put this on stage and I'm going to play Scott Hastings. And then, like, I've turned 40 now, so it's been a 30-year
30-year wait on
manifestation
it.
of, like, I'm going to play Scott Hastings one day. And now I'm finally living the dream.
amazing.
Are you loving every minute of it?
Yeah. I'm just living out my whole sort of dream. When people go, what's your #1 bucket list thing? It was like to play Scott Hastings on stage, and it's happening.
It's such an epic movie, like
Yeah.
classic, and to be that ballroom dancer and doing it. It's on until the 3rd of June at the Borgosh Energy Theatre, and you can find tickets at ticketmaster.ie. Scott Hastings / Kevin Clifton. An absolute pleasure to have you here. Are you going to ballroom your way in here?
Ballroom your way in there.
Trying to ballroom.